Well, absolutely, Dave. I'm a big hockey fan. Canadian Tire does it in my hometown as well.
Spencer Bates with the green flag as we go racing here in Barrie, thundering off into turn number 1.
Side by side down into turn 1. Give the advantage of Dilly. He knows this place as good as anybody. Matter of fact, better than anybody. He used to run a school here. He ran this racetrack sideways off of turn 4 with Dilly.
That high line really works on these restarts. Something to watch because of the side-by-side restarts all night here in the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series, as Mark Dilly will pick up 5 bonus points for leading, and we've got a caution early on. The 55 of Dexter Stacy goes around on the front stretch, and it looks like problems in the back end for that Pontiac Grand Prix.
Well, it looks like he might have had some contact with the outside wall. It looks like the rear end's pushed over, maybe a bent panhard bar or bracket. But anyway, the bad luck and misfortune continues for the young man in the 55.
And there's some debris. We're hearing troubles with the 17, Todd.
Already on the radio, the 17 car of DJ Kennington. That's crew chief Dave White that's got a new carburetor coming out of the box. DJ's wondering if there is a serious problem underneath that hood. Must be if he's already on the radio just a few laps in, guys.
Very unfortunate for DJ Kennington and Whitey there. You know, that car ran great this afternoon, Dave. I was watching it in practice and qualifying. The thing was dead on the mark. But, you know, DJ's pretty smart. He can feel everything in the race car. There must have been a little dirt getting the fuel. It's down through the fuel line, and now it's in the carburetor, making it hesitate and stumble off the corner. DJ will have to make his mind up if it's worth the risk to come in and change the carburetor.
Mark Dilly leads them back to green, this time with Anthony Simoni restarting on the outside of him as we're 2 by 2 in the front of the field.
Wow, Simoni hanging tough on the outside this time. He's keeping that stock motor wound right up.
Yeah, that Crown Modular United Lumber number 95 doing very well on the outside. Very little rubber laid down in that outside groove. Of course, during practice and qualifying earlier today, everybody was hugging that inside lane. So Simoni making it work early on.
Well, you know what, Dave? We don't give the 95 Simoni enough credit. You know, Thatcher took him to Flamborough first. He cut his teeth over there on that little quarter-mile track. Very similar to this. So he's no stranger to these little tight bull rings. And you know what? Tonight, he's showing off his stuff.
You saw Sean back through the field at 27 of Andrew Ranger up inside the top 5 as we ride on board with Don Thompson Jr. Oh, ho, ho.
Look at that 60 car, Ronnie Beauchamp Jr., all kinds of loose off the corner. But, you know, we've documented before, Ronnie likes to run on the right rear. He's got Daddy's big power underneath the hood, and he doesn't mind squeezing the loud pedal.
No, Dilly's been working on the 95, and now Anthony Simoni drops in behind that number 9 Dodge as Mark Dilly resumes the lead. Scott Steckley in the Canadian Tire Dodge Avenger in the 22 running in 3rd. Now Steckley won both stops here at Barrie Speedway last year, just one stop in this tricky tri-oval here this year. So Steckley looking to pick up 3 wins in a row at one Speedway.
Caution's out on the Speedway.
Once again, the caution flies. And Cale Gale slow on the mark in the Ream Chevrolet. Gale running towards the tail of the pack, trying to figure out this tight tri-oval, but we're under caution, and Mark Dilly is your leader. Anthony Simoni running 2nd. Welcome back to race number 11 of the 2009 NASCAR Canadian Tire Series, presented by Mobil 1. Mark Dilly's number 9 Dodge leads the 95 of Anthony Simoni as we head for our 2nd restart of the night here on lap number 19.
Wow, Simoni got a great bite up off of turn 4. Oh, a little loose off of 2. He's going to give it all back.
Kerry Mix in the BDI Ford Fusion. That 02 moves into 3rd spot. That car is moving.
Oh, it's great to see. Kerry Mix had a bit of a off year, but I'll tell you what, he's one tough competitor, and he knows how to get around these short tracks as well.
And here goes Simoni back up in that outside groove. He made it work for a number of laps just a short time ago as he gets together with a 9 car leading off of quarter number 4.
Take a look at that 02 car. Watch how Kerry's driving this racetrack. He floats in nice and easy, turns the middle, and brings the car off the corner. Perfectly straight. Look at this. Straight as a die. That's how you get around a short track.
And look at him soak up the ground to the leaders right there through the middle of the corner. That car is strong.
Yeah, he's got this place figured out. You know, he and Dilly between here and Sunset, This is where these guys cut their teeth, and they bang fenders here every Saturday night.
So it's really no surprise to see Mark Dilley and Kerry Mix at the front. Anthony Simoni falling back into a battle for third now with the 22 of Scott Steckley. There's Don Thompson Jr. in the Home Hardware Chevy, the number 4. He's moved up from his mid-pack starting spot. So good run early on now for the black number 4.
Well, Donnie's car as well. You just watch it. It's turning the center really well and getting up off the corner. Donnie tunes on his own cars, him and Sandy Hamilton, and he's got that thing really coming off the corner.
And the 50 of Joey McComb is in the pits, and Todd standing by.
Contact out of the track for the 50 of Joey McComb. They've changed the left rear tire, but the problem is deeper than that. It's in the handling of the rear end, guys. They've got it shut off now.
Wow, just bad luck for young Joey. Comes out just for, select series races, and he's had no luck whatsoever. Lots of heart, lots of contact on the racetrack. A pair of street fighters going at it.
Mix goes to the lead. Here comes Dilley back at him, and Mix goes around. The caution flag's going to fly. Scott Steckley goes down pit lane, but that was a battle for the lead, and the 0-2 of Kerry Mix is sitting looking backwards.
Wow, a real case of tit for tat there. The boys were going at it hard, a little fiberglass here and there. Mixie's handling really good. He was definitely in the throttle before Mark was, and you know what? That was just a bad deal. And then right there too, Mark was just there, and around he goes. So a pair of school bullies having a little fun in the playground. See, Kerry wasn't even on the throttle barely. Like, that was just a bad deal. Mark was on the throttle.
And that's the end result. Kerry Mix watches the field go by. Kennington's in and out of the pits. Let's send it down to Tom Lewis, who's standing by.
Yeah, guys, another stop for the 17 car of DJ Kennington. Crew going to work to now change that carburetor. They tried the quick fixes with the plug wires and the rest of it, but obviously the problem is deeper than that.
Well, that's Charlie Coughlin right there. Got that new carburetor. He's got all the fuel line fittings, putting that new one, and he's hustling to get it on. They want to make sure they get it right, though, Dave. You cannot, have another failure. Once you go a lap or two down, you can't have another failure.
Well, he's down 3 laps already. It'll take him another couple at least to get that carburetor on as we go back to green here in the Torbram Electric Supply 300 at Barrie Speedway. Anthony Simoni again in that high lane, trying to make it work to get around the number 9 Dodge, and Mark Dilley, and he does.
Wow, Dilley's still strong, but that 95 has got that thing hooked up on the outside.
And we're hearing that NASCAR is looking to penalize the 0-2 and the 9. We'll have to keep an eye on those black flags as the field bunches going into quarter number 1.
Hey, Mark, they're going to give you a drive-through penalty. You and Dixie both use drive-through penalty.
Well, Dilley's in the driver's seat here, though. He can get the pit road first and get his drive-through done, and Kerry will still be the length of the field behind because you've seen the whole field drive by. But it'll be pretty exciting to watch these two cats come from the back together. This will be a good show. This will be the best show of the night right here.
You can see Mark frantically waving to the field behind him. I'm slowing down. Don't run into the back of me. As Mark Dilley takes his drive-through penalty. Simoni in the Crown Modular United Lumber. Number 95 is your leader with Don Thompson Jr. in the black Home Hardware Chevy. Up into second spot. How about Ron Beauchamp Jr. in the Mopar 60? That car settled down.
And there's Mixie. He's serving his penalty. He's driving real slow down there. About to get back in the gas here. Back on the power, and away he goes.
So the number 9 of Dilley is in 16th position at the tail end of the lead lap, and Kerry Mix has come out just in front of the number 9 Dodge Avenger of Dilley. So those two nose to tail on the track once again.
Wow, Davey. I'll tell you what, there's the hustle and the muscle going down pit road to serve a penalty. Dilley was ahead of him on the racetrack, and he got beat out down the backstretch. Kerry Mix hauled the mail down pit road.
Riding on board with the Mopar Dodge of Ron Beauchamp Jr. as he chases the 4-car of Don Thompson. And there's a battle for 8th spot between Kent Newton. Good run going for the 18. And there's Dave Whitlock in his final race here at Barrie Speedway in the Dickies Dodge.
Well, Dave Whitlock looking to turn out a good race here. Not like the performance he had last year, getting on his roof down the front stretch.
Yeah, that was pretty scary for Dave Whitlock. First time ever he'd been on his roof in a stock car. Good news, Dave Whitlock got out of the car. He was unhurt. The car was a little bit worse for wear, but they were back the next week at Kawartha Speedway. Back at the front of the field as Don Thompson Jr. gets into the back of the 95 of Anthony Simone, and Simone closes the door going down into corner number 3.
Wow, look at Thompson. He's got that thing really turning. The real trick is watch this, right in the middle of the corner. Watch him turn down the bottom, right there, squeezing the throttle. That's where Thompson's making all of his time. Simone just, if he opens the door a foot, he's in big trouble.
Simone ran all those laps up on the outside as we take a look at the battle for 11th between Lapsevich and Gale, but Simone all the time on that outside. Did he burn off those right side tires, do you think?
Well, it's for sure. When you're out there in that second groove, you're really leaning on that right rear because you're trying to carry more speed than the car beside you. But you know what? The car is working really well. He's getting quite a lesson right now from the master, Don Thompson Jr.